What is up, guys? It is your boy Brian636. I know this is a weird sight to see, a Harley Davidson in front of me, and even more weird, me motovlogging. But I've wanted to do a how to wheelie a Harley for a while now, because I've noticed that in the comments on some of the how to wheelie videos of do a Harley. Can a Harley even wheelie? Is it possible? And even more so, a Sportster like this. This is a 09 1200 Nightster, so it doesn't have the kick that maybe a Dyna or something like that does, but we're still going to be able to get this up just using some of the basic fundamentals. So let's get right into it. Alright, family, so here it is, the cockpit, totally stock, by the way, too, so I don't want to hear that it's stunted out, it's this, it's that. We got, you know, stock pegs, stock foot brake, stock everything. The only thing that's not stock is the exhaust. So if you know anything about anything, that doesn't affect it wheeling or not. So go ahead, start it up, give her some gas. If you know anything about me, I'm not an expert on wheeling Harleys by any means, so don't think that this is the word of God. This isn't the Harley Bible here, but I am going to do some of the basics here. What you're going to notice a lot about Harleys is you're going to try to get it up and it's going to chirp the tire. If you can see if I can do that. You hear that? It just chirps the tire when you drop the clutch. So we're going to do it one more time. It just chirps the tire. It doesn't really want to pull up as much as you would think on like a sport bike it does. When you drop the clutch, it's instantly just power delivery. And even more so, here's another thing to think about when you're wheeling a Harley. Most of them are belt drive, at least stock. So this one's belt drive. So you're not going to have that same amount of torque. What you're going to do here is pop the clutch, do a bounce of your butt at the same time, and pull up all at the same time as you drop into it. You're going to fight some tire breakage. And there you go. She comes right up. Just like a sport bike. And the balance point's a little bit farther back. The balance point on these Harleys is a little bit farther back than what a sport bike is. So it really is standing up. And it feels like you're really standing up. But basically, you need to be a balance point on these things, or else you're going to run out of gas really quick because the RPM range isn't as much as a sport bike is. It's hard to chase out one of these wheelies. Another big thing too, you want to gas down. You want to have enough gas left in the RPMs to gas down, so you're not putting that whole weight of this heavy bike on the front end, you know. So bring it up, get it up quick. Just chill in there and then gas it down. That way it's got a nice easy landing, because if you can't tell, there's not much suspension on the front that absorbs. There's not much room to absorb the shock of this heavy bike. So it is in some aspects somewhat similar to a sport bike, but I'm not gonna lie when I say this is harder to wheelie a Harley. But I feel like I have enough people on the channel that ride Harleys, and this question was asked enough that it was about time that we covered it. Seating position, super important on these things. If I was to do one mod on this bike right away, turn it off so I can show you. If I was to do one mod on this bike right away, I would get a aftermarket seat. The battery cover's coming off. I would get an aftermarket seat to lock you in better. Basically, that's going to hold you in when you're 12'd on this thing, because it has so much torque that it throws you back. So to have a seat that locked you in would be super nice. That's just my 2 cents. You can get them, multiple places, and custom places make them. So that's what I would get. But as far as seating position, at least for this video, I'm just doing sit down. So basic sit on the seat, put your feet on the pegs, and do the damn thing. I don't know what else to really say. It's not overcomplicated. It is just what it is. So we'll do it one more time. And I know a lot of people are going to be chirping the tires, because I was chirping the tires the first few times learning this stuff. This is only my second time ever riding a Harley, but so chirping the tires, just a lot like that. When you wheelie, you need to throw your body weight into the back of this thing and bounce it. It's definitely a cool feeling, though. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing like the torque and power that a Harley makes, and that sound is so cool. It's definitely different than a sport bike. Guess we want some pictures, huh? And I think it just looks cool because I don't see many people. I know a few people on Instagram, you know, Seabear, High Side, Reckless, all the East Coasting guys. There's a handful of guys that absolutely kill their Harleys, but it's not an everyday thing like you might see a Gixxer doing a wheelie down the highway or whatever. You know, you don't normally see Harleys wheeling, and it is because it's harder. So, a few things to take away from this. If you take anything away, higher center of gravity for your balance point, so you need to come back further. Not as much RPM range, so you need to set it down with some gas into it, so you're not dropping the whole bike. And then, more importantly, expect to mod it because they're not meant for wheeling. So it is what it is, and they're more expensive than sport bikes. So, all right, guys. As always, much love for checking out the video. If it helped you at all, make sure you give it a like. Hey, and if you haven't checked out some of my other cool videos, maybe check those out too. I do a lot of other tutorials on multiple different bikes. Woo! On multiple different bikes. I'll link it right up here on my stunt tutorials. And another huge thing that I totally forgot to cover, huge thanks to my patrons. I'll link them right here. Basically, it's just an extra channel that I use to put out more behind the scenes stuff, giveaways, and basically just be able to connect with them more. And it helps support this channel as YouTube starts to take more and more away from creators. So big thanks to the patrons. I'll leave the link down to that in the description. So, all right, guys, this is Brian signing out. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you guys are having fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching something a little bit different. Me on a Harley, a big V twin. Woo! Man, oh man, is it fun! All right, guys. Peace out. Much love. Give it a like. Give it a share. Love y'all.